Hello humans, welcome back to my makeup room. My name is Martha, and today we're going to talk about my favorite makeup discoveries of 2020. So 2020 was a pretty crappy year overall, but I did discover some fun stuff that I want to share with you. Most of these items were not released in 2020, but I tried them in 2020, which is why I am including them here. So I'm going to start in the order that I would apply my makeup and carry on. For primer, this is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I just have the little mini size, and I only tried a sample size when I tested it out. It was a point perk from Sephora, I believe, and I haven't busted into this one yet. I'm sort of savoring it, but I really enjoyed using this primer. It's so expensive, but it's so hydrating and smooth and luxurious and thick, and I just thought it was lovely. Now, I didn't want to shell out the, what is it, like 80 Canadian dollars for a full size, so I just got the little mini size during a VIB sale, but I'm glad to have it again. For foundation, my Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, I have the shade Oslo. Now this is a perfect shade match for me. It's a little bit pink, it's very fair. I've used, I want to say a quarter of this, maybe more than a quarter of this, but you don't really go through it very quickly. It's very full coverage, so you don't need that much, and it just gives a really nice coverage. It's hydrating, and it does last quite well on my skin. I have combo skin. It's oily but dehydrated, and this has been a favorite for more coverage kind of foundation. If you want light coverage, I don't think this is what you want to go for, but this was lovely. For concealer, I haven't broken up. A lot of this I've repurchased stuff. Like, this is saying stuff. I repurchased the primer, I repurchased this, I repurchased the powder, a lot of repurchases. This is the Uoma Stay Woke Concealer. I have the shade White Pearl T0.5. Now the original one I tried was too dark for me, but they expanded the shade range and this came out. So I picked it up right away. And I'm trying to just use up some other concealers before I break into this one. This is fabulous. It has the perfect combination of coverage, hydration, but not being too thick or sticky or slippy slidey, and not dry. This is lovely. It's nice, like medium to full coverage and natural. I love it. The powder I discovered this year was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. This, again, I think I got a Sephora Point Perk sample, and it was just a little pan, but I loved it. It's very smoothing and blurring, and it's nice and light and translucent. I think have I even touched this? I haven't touched this yet. This is a brand new compact. Again, trying to use up another powder before I start dabbling with this one. But this is lovely. If you have large pores or you find a lot of powders are really heavy and cakey, I don't find this one is too heavy, but it does sort of blur the face a little bit. And it did work under the eyes as well. So this is a lovely face powder. If you have been wanting a contour that is not the Kevyn Aucoin single contour, that is very expensive and very small, I of course have pan on mine, go with the Missha Cotton Contour. This comes in like a good number of shades. It's not a perfect shade match. I have the shade Smoked Hazel. And this, I think, is even a better shade match for me. It's not as dark. You can get a really see, this is the Missha. This is the Kevyn Aucoin. Kevyn Aucoin is in the shade Light, and that's the lightest one. But this Missha one, you can get a really natural little contour very easily without overdoing it. They have other shades. I don't know how dark they go. They probably don't go very dark because it is a Korean brand. But if you were looking for just a little single contour, I would go with this one. For bronzer, I didn't try that many bronzers this year. 2019 was the year I bought a billion bronzers, and now I just have them. So I didn't buy, I'm trying not to buy very many bronzers and trying to just use the ones I have. But I did buy the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in Tantastic. And this is a beautiful bronzer. I like this a little bit better in the summer because it's a little bit pigmented for my pale complexion. But it blends out really nicely. It's very smooth and it's a nice neutral tone. That's what it looks like. It's so neutral. It's not orange. It's not gray. And that is what I'm after in a bronzer, especially not an orange bronzer, because I am so fair that if it's too warm, I will look like a Dorito. But this is lovely, and I believe it might still be on sale at Sephora. It was on sale for a pretty good discount, and I would recommend picking it up if you're looking for a good bronzer and you have sort of a light skin tone. Even a light, fair, light skin tone. I don't know how deep of a skin tone you could be to make this work, and I don't know how dark the next shade up is. I'm sure it doesn't go deep enough, but it's a lovely bronzer. For blush, I discovered the Lorac blushes. I have Tinge, which is this really fair one, and Spectra, which is this more pink. Tinge is a very fair peach, and Spectra is just a nice little pink. And I really like these. They have nice, simple, compact, little magnetic closure packaging. Very luxurious. And they're matte and they're pigmented, but they're so easy to work with. There is Tinge, there's Spectra, and Tinge is so light. I love how light Tinge is. I'm very fair, and Tinge is great. It's not too much on me. If I just want like a little blush, I really, really enjoy it. So I know Lorac is kind of falling off the radar, but these blushes were really nice. For highlighters, this is by Clio. It is the Prism Air Highlighter in 01 Gold Sheer. And again, they did have other shades of this, but this is one of those sort of like baked highlighter, I think. Yeah, it's baked. This is what it looks like there. It's gold, like a warm gold, but not too warm. It's more of a champagne. Scratch that. This is just a very, very smooth, beautiful, simple highlight. And it's cute little packaging. Has a cute little embossing. And it's more expensive than a drugstore highlighter, but it's not like super crazy expensive. Now I'm gonna do another comparison. Now these aren't dupes or anything, and the formulas aren't really similar. The Natasha Denona Super Glow, I have the shade Fair, and this is like a baked gelée highlighter, whereas the Clio is just sort of a baked highlighter, and the colors aren't the same, but they look so similar on the skin in texture. So this is Natasha Denona, and then this is the Clio. They both have these beautiful reflex, and they look very smooth. Clio might be a touch less impactful, but also it is a darker color. So if you were looking for a highlight that looked similar to the Natasha Denona and you didn't want to spend the $50, I believe the Clio is only $30. Now it's time to talk about eyeliner. These are by Fenty. They are the Fly Pencil, Longwear Pencil Eyeliner. I have four. I have Cute Ting, which is a baby pink. I have 'Cause I'm Black, which is a black. I have Bank Tank, which is like an army green. And Lady Lagoon, which is a bright blue. I'll do some little swatches here for you. Now, I don't have any of the... Do they have shimmery ones? I just have the matte ones because that is my personal preference for a pencil eyeliner. I don't enjoy shimmery eyeliners. But these are fantastic. They stay in the waterline forever. They're pigmented, they're creamy, and they're very opaque. Look at that black. Look how black that is. And this blue, it's going to take me a good few swipes to get off with my little makeup wipe here. Like, it might be on my hand all day. That black, oh my god. See? These are long wearing. They're great. Like, if they take effort to remove, which is amazing. Because some eyeliners just like fall right off, especially in the waterline. Those ones work in the waterline beautifully. This year I discovered the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Color Splash lipsticks. Isn't this packaging adorable? I have two shades. I have Beach Babe and Rum Punch. Now again, these are older releases, but they are beautiful. They're very comfortable, very creamy. These are great little nude shades without being, I mean, they're a little bit on the warm side, but they're not like super peachy. I mean, they're definitely more peachy than pinky, but they're great. They look lovely, and they have lots of colors, and the formula is fabulous. They're so comfortable. I really like them. Now this I'm not going to open. This is an unopened Pat McGrath Fetisheyes mascara. I got this major on sale on Black Friday. I tried a mini size of this and I fell in love. This is a fabulous mascara. I'm probably never going to buy it again because it's very expensive full price. I will not pay high-end prices for mascara, but this is beautiful. It was volumizing, lengthening, separating, all of it, and not clumpy. So I repurchased it. Another great discovery for me was the Velour lash glue. It's just called the Lash Adhesive. Mine's getting a little chunky, so it's hard to open, like just at the top, but it has a nice little brush tip applicator, and this is so quick drying. You basically don't have to wait. Once you put the glue on, you can stick it pretty much right on your eyeball. Maybe give it a little, but like, then you just stick it on. It's amazing, and this is really good. It's sticky, it stays on, and it doesn't rip your eyelashes taking it out. I found the House of Lashes lash glue it stayed on there, but you couldn't get it off, so you were like pulling out your eyelashes trying to remove it. So if you're looking for a lash glue, I would recommend this one. Now we're into eyeshadows. So I picked two categories. I have some singles and I have two palettes. The first option is the Clionadh Multichromes. I tried them this year. They're beautiful. This is the shade Royalty. It is my favorite one. And it's just amazing. It's purple with gold, green, blue reflects. And it is amazing. There, you can see the blue and green reflects in there. It's beautiful, and if you find a shade you like, a color story, a few ones that you know you're going to use, they're beautiful. Next up, we have the brand Give Me Glow for their singles. These are amazing. The mattes are so pigmented. Like, incredibly pigmented, and they do blend nicely. And the shimmers are just amazing. Look how beautiful those are. They are so pigmented. If you need pigmented, colorful shadows, Give Me Glow is the place to look. What have I shown you? Okay. The grayish here is Concrete Jungle. Then we have Raspberry Cheesecake. Wink is that purple. The green is Lemon Lime. And Your Cheesy is this orangey yellowy gold. And these are my picks for singles. Now let's talk about the two palettes I picked. More wearable option and one a little out there. Let's start with Sydney Grace, the Tiny Marbles palette. This is a collaboration with Mel Thompson, and this is a beautiful neutral palette. Has a couple pops of colors, but it's mostly sort of neutral or variations of neutral. I've hit pan in Fire Butts. It's beautiful. I love it. And I've talked about this palette many times on my channel. The mattes are so easy to use. The shimmers are amazing. They're so beautiful. If you were looking to try Sydney Grace, you will not be disappointed. Now for the colorful palette option, I went with Kaleidos Escape Pod. Now, I didn't fall in love with a lot of palettes this year, but this is great. This is great. We have some bright colors. We have these purpley bluey shades, which are definitely my jam. A neutral brown. We have a couple warm tones. And then we have all of these duochrome or multi-chrome shades. And these are beautiful. So what I'm thinking about this palette is, I'm thinking this is the indie, colorful, fun version of Pat McGrath. Because we don't only have 4 special shades, we have 6. And we have neutrals, we have colors. I think this is great. If the color store speaks to you, you won't be disappointed. My only qualm is that these two greens are incredibly similar. Yes, they are different, but I feel like we could have had one in the palette. And that, my friends, is the collection of makeup that I think were the standouts that I tried this year. If there's a category missing, it is because I didn't try anything fabulous in that category. Like setting sprays. I didn't mention a setting spray because nothing I tried came close or beat my favorite setting spray, which is the Catrice Dewy Mist Dewy Set. So that's it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to. Ring the bell to become a Pavlovian dog, and I will see you next time. Bye.